Nintendo. It's beautiful, really. Bowser's Last Stand. What are you doing, Mangort? No. No, it wasn't actually a Mole in Space. I just used Mole in Space to test my audio-visual setup. That's just how I have to roll sometimes. There we go. I've disabled the thing, which will not actually work. I tested it with Safe Char, but it's not happy, so I don't know what to do about the changing character thing. What's up, Faro? Beat Xenoblade Chronicles 2? Nice. I should recognize that. I think that's a Mr. Mighty Mouse emote, if I'm not mistaken, just judging by the blueness and the mouseness. What's up, 10 Mario? Dang, you guys are all coming out of the woodwork fast. Goddamn, what a fucking game. Oh, I bet. The whole Xeno set of games is weird. I didn't realize this until much later, but like, oh, wait. Oh, this was a terrible idea. Mistakes may have been made because I need to hit this box first. Word of advice. Use the P-Balloon to get across the open space to progress the level. I kind of regret using my limited P-time for that. Anyway, I didn't realize that Xenogears, Xenosaga, and Xenoblade all take place in the same universe or something. It's one of those, like, it kind of makes sense when you squint at it, but then you're like, why? Why did this happen this way? Oh, error loading module X-Death's Castle. Loading closest match, not Roy's Castle. Oh, I liked it. Oh, I liked it too much, I just fell off. How you doing, Kappa? Kind of wonder if the other games retain the I legitimately can't tell you what happened in this game miss that Xenogears has. Because, dear lord, Xenogears is a mess. It's interesting, it has cool gameplay, but it is in fact a mess. You know, sometimes you just shouldn't give Koopas extra ammo. Yeah, this time, I'm not making the same mistake. Started 3, so many questions, such as how the fuck did this happen? That sounds about right. Like, I'm pretty sure you don't have to play any of the other ones to enjoy those games. Like, you don't have to play Xenosaga or Xenogears to know what's going on. I'm pretty sure. But it's still odd to me. Like, at least we're out of that era of JRPGs. Now JRPGs tend to be weirder. 24 more pennies to a new Bits badge. 23 now. Oh, wow. If only I had Bits badges worth having. I have never put any effort into that. Okay, there was some lag there. This is not a difficult bounce. Whee! I have regrets. I have regrets. Knew about going into Xenoblade 2 that's connected to Xenoblade 1, but the game didn't say how. Like, right until the final boss. Oh, interesting. You're going to be holding on to this question for 20 or 70 to 80 hours. That is dedication. At least the midway works. I'm going to have to come back through here to get the Dragon Coins again. Don't spend your time trying to kill the Koopas. There's no point in killing Koopas. Oh, God, balloon sections are often very tedious. You know, that actually might... You know, I wonder if I was faster if I could get in that area. Questions to try and answer a bit later. I will admit, it's a bit of a degenerate soft lock if I can get it. No. Well, I guess this works too. This seems solid. That's good. I'm screwed, but this is good. Yeah, something to be said for like sequels that don't explicitly make it obvious how they're sequels in the first like 5 minutes of the game. Like Kingdom Hearts 2. You don't know, it's plausibly deniable it's not actually a sequel to Kingdom Hearts 1. For several hours into the game, in fact. God, Twilight, or whatever that place is called, is so slow. One of my least favorite video game experiences. The intro to Kingdom Hearts 2. 5 minutes, you're Roxas? No, I'm saying that you have to wait a long time before realizing what's going on here. You're Roxas for a long-ass time. Maybe I could do that faster. I don't think I could do it much better. Who is BHK? The entire community. To be fair, Kingdom Hearts often has the property of giving you hard, irritating questions that you don't get to answer for a long time because they don't release games nearly often enough. Takes about 2 hours to Roxas. That sounds right. That sounds right. Alright, well I'm down here now. Should be like right at the end, if I'm not mistaken. There we go. Blonde-haired kid, pre-Kingdom Hearts 2 release. Ah, okay. Yeah, I didn't spend too much time, like, scouring the internet before Kingdom Hearts 2 came out, so I didn't have any clue about that. Xenoblade's case, they didn't tell you it's related until the final 30 minutes of the game. That's kind of absurd, honestly. Cool, but absurd. You need to stop getting hit for no apparent reason. And get way more coins, because I am running low on HP, because I played this horribly to start. Guess I have a cape now, I could just fly over everything. Yes, this is fine. Like 7 years old, so that's fair. No, I was in college when Kingdom Hearts 2 came out, so it'd been a lot longer, and I was busy with other things. Me and my roommate played through a good chunk of it, and I didn't actually understand what the hell was going on until a lot longer, because we didn't play it all at the same time with each other. So, Crazy Things the way Xenoblade is collected 1 and 2 makes so much sense, it was worth waiting that long. That's an interesting teaser. I am curious. Not curious enough that I actually want to know, on the off chance that someone eventually requests that game, or I decide, you know, maybe I'll just do this. But I also looked at the queue, Faro. I've got Deltarune scheduled with Zucati this weekend. We'll see how far I manage to get between the two of them and whatever else I feel they need to do with it. But after that, you're on deck with the Sequinox. Solstice or Equinox, or whichever one it is. I keep forgetting. And so, you're easier to schedule with, so I'll probably just ask at some point, like next week, if I finish Deltarune fast. We'll see how it goes, though. But as long as I can keep up, like, the two at the same time, more or less, I'll eventually get my queue done. Unfortunately, some of the next ones will be a little more challenging, because I think another Desi request is in there, and then Fisk has a couple that will either be really easy or really painful. But we'll see. I messed that up. But it is going again, now that I'm back in town. Being subject to good weather for knowing whether or not you can stream is not ideal for doing requests and scheduling them in advance. And Virginia does not have the best of weathers all the time. Oh, I love fish fountains. The great thing is I already despawned the block, so none of that was actually going to be a problem. Oh, I guess I didn't despawn the block. It still wasn't a problem. Ooh, moon. I do like a good moon. I found out in one of the levels I played for CLDC that if you beat it in one go, you got a bonus moon, which is kind of cute. Unfortunately, it was the one where I had to do the auto-scroller before even having a chance to fight the boss repeatedly, and that turned out to be a bug. There was a hidden midway in the boss room that got deleted, apparently on accident, shortly before they threw it into the judge pile. So, the more you know. Okay, these things. P-switch turns these into these coins into red blocks. Yeah, I don't know if anyone actually likes circuses. Bread, maybe. Circuses? Probably not. Fish fountains. I don't like fish fountains. Like, the fish fountain has a very easy solution. You just go slow. As long as the screen scrolls pretty adequately, you don't have to worry too much about fishes in fountains. But I'm just not a fan. Yeah, you can't really soft lock yourself in here. At least that's good. Oh, bolt. Dear Lord. I'm not sure I want to go and kick every single one of these. Let's see, go up and around. In fact, one of the reasons I was a bit late today was mildly circus-related, but only very mildly. I was enjoying my book, and it had a chapter. Okay, actually, this is a bit of a challenge, I'll think about it. Because I suspect... Oh, there's ground there. Ground is invisible on a screen. Mostly invisible on a screen. So, fix the fish fountain by making fish jump into the middle of the area. I mean, if you're in the, like, Sicko's QLDC style, yes, absolutely, HeroSoft. Absolutely. Will I play it? Not necessarily. But I'm certain that, that Author Blues and Howluta would have a grand time with evil, evil fish fountains. Being the weird, degenerate SMW people they are. Or deplorable? I forget what the right term here is. How you doing, HeroSoft? But yeah, I just did almost finish the book when I was supposed to start streaming, so... Ended up taking a couple of extra minutes. Also, I was running a long-running script for work that I wanted to see the result of. I had a theory about our tests that they weren't properly mocking out an awful lot of our HTTP calls. So I had to go and check about that. It took a while for it to run. I also was using the same power cable I wanted to use. Did I put a marker down for the weird pipe topper? The weird pipe topper. Alright, I've spot checked enough of those. I think I'm fine with that. Especially as I'm going to have to come do this one again because I died at midway. Ugh. But it's good. It's a very silly book. One of those RPG-lit ones. I wanted something lighter after the last few things I've gone and tried to read. Dungeon Crawler Carl. It's very silly. It's about a man who gets stuck in an RPG dungeon with his cat. Oh, yeah, I did that. Right, I stepped on the Anon block and now I'm stuck. That's how that works. Single moon, single moon. Still some weird parts here. Could softlock the last bit of stage if you killed the Chuck after took away your power-ups. I will take a look at that. Yay! Got the P-switch jump. Just love doing that. There's no good reason to. It doesn't help me play the game better, but it's just fun. Spring. Spring. Probably gonna regret doing that for the purposes of what we're doing right now. Alright, just take it easy. Nice and slow fish fountain. I think I'll probably pick up the third one. Enjoying it well enough. After that, I'll probably try and do something actually reasonable. Been debating whether or not I want to pick up like another C.S. Lewis or another more literature book. Haven't decided, don't have to. Oh, right. And then there's this part. I forgot about the dragon coin I need to get here. Perfect. Fish, indeed. So many fish. Reminds me, probably should try and finish that. I made a thing at some point. Okay, so this is our theoretical softlock spot. So, you know, I think you're right. I think you could softlock here, because I don't think you can actually make that jump without flight. Kind of wish I got hit first. But yeah, you could get softlocked here. Putting a marker down if you kill the Chuck first, of course. Guess that helps with our test, doesn't it? Okay. But yeah, there's no reason not to bring these down by like one block. We're gonna cheat a little bit just to get P-speed a bit easier. I think you could unblock yourself here. Like, let's see, what, 6-tile jumps I think are sometimes possible with P-speed. Sometimes. Either way, for standard normal, this is a bit cruel. You'd be stuck in the outermost layer instead and still locked. Yeah, that's fair. That is absolutely fair, yeah. Definitely a soft lock if you kill the critter and don't have any power-ups. Or kill the Chuck and don't have any power-ups. I have made a mark. So let it be written, so let it be done. More Carnival base. Why Carnival base? Why not Carnival treble? Treble. Treble. A little bit of lag there. A lot of lag right here, actually. I do kind of wonder if, like, some people still only test on, like, ZSNES or SNES 9X or something in this day and age. Like, the era of reasonableness of not running BeastNES is kind of coming to a close. Just because computers have gotten a lot faster. But I guess some people, like, do stuff on mobile. I know some people, like, actually use Lunar Magic on mobile to hack. They're, like, I don't know, VM or using remote desktop or something. I'm not sure how. Someone, I think, was going to try and do some hacking using emulated Windows on a 3DS or a DS once. That sounded like a very interesting proposition. You can do that? I mean, I think I could do it on my phone if I was really careful, but it would really suck. Like, I would RDP into a real computer and hack from my phone if I felt the need to do so, but I wouldn't do that because it's terrible. Yeah, there's more lag in this level. Why not Casino Night Zone? I don't know. Guess hacker wanted to have a more unique thing than copying a Sonic stage. I cannot for the life of me see these rings on the black background. I'm gonna put a note about that. I cannot see the black rings on the back background. Like, I cannot see the... In fact, there's tiles I can't see. Like, there's clearly things here, I just can't see them because of the black background. I actually went and looked it up after the stream because I was curious if this hack had been rejected before. and it hasn't. However, the first two hacks in the series have been rejected before. And not resubmitted, as far as I can tell. So it's kind of odd that he would make yet another one after 2 rejections, but there is no stopping some people. Kind of glad I got off there. Need to test the midway. Kept testing an SNES 9X until recently, because its fast forward was so fast, but once you started doing ASM, you had to switch because shit was fucking up. Yes. Especially if you're doing SA1 stuff. It is very important. Though it's gotten better. I think Donut a while ago, Donut filed a bug. Or someone filed a bug. I think Donut went and found it. Where someone was complaining that SNES 9X was allowing writes to RAM that it shouldn't from SA1 side, and they actually went and fixed it. So if you have the most recent release of SNES 9X, it's going to be less compatible with old hacks. But it's a right move going forward. On Messen. Messen's also really good. Sour's got a really good sense of how to make things correct. And he has the best debugger, honestly. Messen has a beautiful debugger. It's hard to wean yourself off that. I've tried using like BSNES Plus's, a lot of S's in that, debugger, and it just does not hold a candle. Sour's just leaps and bounds ahead. Like anytime. In fact, I'm very happy now that I can run Messen, just OG Messen, in fact, even, on my MacBook. Because if I do want to do debugging on the fly, I now can, which was a headache before. Okay, you definitely have to get on this boat. I think if I stand here, I'm pretty much safe. Yep. Not safe enough. Main reason is when you open ROM again for testing, it just doesn't open a new emulator window. It opens a new ROM in the current open window. I see what you mean. Oh. Yes, it opens that. I usually use the reload ROM feature, because for the longest time I was testing on a different machine than I was actually hacking on, which was a complete pain. So, like, I would test on the machine that handles the streaming, and I would hack on my laptop. Now I don't have to choose. I can have both. But before then, I would have to do that. So I'd use reload ROM quite frequently just by dropping it into a SMB share that was available on the 2 machines. But I digress. I still think debugger is the best feature of Messen. Like, there's so many good debugging features. Like, showing you when on the screen certain things happen during H-blank, or during drawing. Just all manner of good stuff. Okay. Well, straight for the ending. Which reminds me, I need to do some NES hacking. Been too long. Still need to do the C# stuff to see if my USB serial connections are just wrong or something. Or maybe my EverDrive is messed up. I did want to test something out recently, because I'm curious, because apparently my SNES has a issue with this weird diagonal line drawing, and I thought it was like some source of noise that was coming from some other part of my setup. But apparently that's a thing that just some SNESs do, and I don't like it. So I was going to test it with the Super Famicom, but I'm like, wait, I don't know if I have a Super Famicom adapter. Because I have a Super Famicom, but I don't know if I didn't remember if I had the proper power adapter for it. Turns out I do, and it's connected to the regular Famicom, because that's what I have, a Super/regular Famicom power adapter. Surprisingly convenient. Still haven't gotten around to testing it, but The unfortunate thing is I can't use the SD to SNES in the Famicom because of the shell size. So I'm going to have to figure out something about that at some point. If and I do want to switch to using the Super Famicom. And Super Famicoms are really cool in case you've never played with one. Like, they've got really nice switches. Like, every single button on there feels really good to press. Like, I'm not a keyboard enthusiast, but I think they get the same sort of thrill out of it. I don't know why I've stuck to spin jumping. Oh, right, because of those. And if I land badly, I'll have a lucky second chance. Okay, this is good. Mostly good. Oh, the good old trick. Unlit candles, yeah. I'll put a marker down. I don't terribly care about unlit candles, but I'll put a marker down just because. Now just the midway. Strange Pharaoh trivia. You have a copy of the original Dragon Warrior on NES, but no NES to play it on. Fair. I actually have some NES games that I can't play because I don't have an NES. I just have the Famicom. But of course, previously, when I borrowed someone's NES, I had an NES, but no Famicom to play the Famicom games I have. Like, I've got one of the Shin Megami Tensei games, and of course, actually the only Famicom game that is a proper Famicom cart that I've ever played on stream, TM Network Live at Powerball, which I did play on stream like 3 or 4 years, like 3 years and change ago. That was a fun stream. Unfortunately, no impetus to continue that particular type of stream because, one, little bro is busy doing, you know, adult stuff now. Being an adult, not like adult stuff. But two, someone actually released a translation for the damn game. Like, I can go to romhack.net and download a actual English translation if I want to play it and get my TM network on. One of those go figure sort of things. At least we get Sonic music. Alright, just stand. Stand in the place where you die. Problem solved. Easy. Mostly. Mostly. That wasn't bad. Got 4 levels done in like 30 minutes. Actually, it is kind of bad, but moderation is slower. Okay, a little bit of cutoff around those things. Oh, DKC music and background. I've always felt this background was kind of lackluster compared to an awful lot of other DKC backgrounds because it's so very static. Okay, two-tone pipe. Eagerly awaiting Mario Wonder. Or not to have high hopes. Oh, absolutely. Like, that might in fact be a day one purchase play on stream, which I don't think I've ever done. Ever. Thanks, good luck. How you doing, Fall Circus? Better than the OG game with the fireworks? I mean, I feel like the fireworks are kind of just filling space. They're not quite as good as having a properly animated background. See if I can meet back up with that path later. There we go. Now I can go see what's on this path without having to deal with the really short jumps. Oh, that's it. Animating would be insane. It's true. But, like, given all of this stuff, you'd expect it to be animated. But I don't really blame them. Like, maybe some twinkling lights or something, but, like, there's so many things that should be rotating. Like, you can see 2 Ferris wheels, at least. You've got the carousel, like... I don't blame them for not doing it, but I still feel like it does not feel quite as good as an awful lot of other backgrounds in DKC2. Buying it day one? Absolutely. Got one of those Switch game vouchers to be using for Mario Wonder. I think I might have one of those too. I don't know if I burned mine on something. I think they were like a reasonable buy one or buy 2 for slightly less than full price sales at some point in the last history of those things. Kind of figured I might end up using it on Fire Emblem, because that's on the request queue still. But much further down. Apparently occupied by Tears of a Kingdom. Beat Cholera yesterday. Oh, nice. Yeah, I haven't played any Tears of the Kingdom, but I've heard really good things from people who are more Zelda just more Zelda heavy than I am. Is there something wrong with this port? No, that still vaguely sounds like a scream. I'm gonna assume this is an off-the-shelf port. That's not what I meant to do. No part of this is what I meant to do. Cool, I found the last ones. Unsampled, that would explain a few things. I believe Haru MKT made it. Interesting. Shit gets real in this game. The abilities can be used easily, but the very high skill ceiling to see what you can do with them. Interesting. Tears of the Kingdom is better, but you think Breath of the Wild is better. Is good, but you think Breath of the Wild is better. Huh. Sample this. How you doing, Jeff? At least there's no minecart ASM. I'm not a fan of the minecart ASM. Don't even care. Don't have to care. Yeah, that makes sense now that's unsampled. You know what? I'm actually kind of more impressed now. That was completely on accident, and I'm totally happy it happened. Okay, just gonna wait it out. I think from here on out, I'm mostly safe. Except for my own stupidity. There's a lot of possibilities with that. Very satisfying to do that in one frame. Oh crap, I only got 4 of them? Oh wait, the other one's over here. But I do have to get back up. This is fine. There we go. As long as you're holding something, you're less likely to just immediately die. I got saved. I got saved hard by that balloon. Haru did great, yes. Famous last words, they were. She also did an unsampled port of the Swamp Song, forget the song of. And she recreate the frogs in villainous samples. That's actually really impressive. I don't need to do this one again. I've already done this. I am glad platforms work the way they do sometimes. Yes, absolutely. Not every time, but this time I am happy. Oh, box. I must say, Mario, I am impressed. But these games with you will no longer be tolerated. It's not how you spell tolerated. Time to end this. This box needs some help, like an apostrophe and a spell check with tolerated. I do like the face in blocks, though. I appreciate a good meh face. Also, lag. Like, it's one thing for speedrunners to be murdering things to reduce lag, but moderators should not be doing that. I didn't even see that pipe. I'm just gonna respawn it. Happy. Oh. when you don't expect. When you absolutely don't expect the random pipe to work. That was not how that sentence was going to end, but that's how the sentence ends now. Tolerated. Have a day. Exactly. Tell my wife I said hello. Never trust a neutral. This is probably ill-advised. Alright, okay, cool. I made it back. There was nothing of value there, and nothing of value in the shortcut. Those bullets are in really irritating locations. Boink. Having a day right now. Well, hopefully it's a decent day. I've mostly been having a night recently. Most recently. Ugh. Had some fun playing Firmament with Snyder, though unfortunately my graphics card is not good enough for that game. Which for a not a point-and-click adventure game, a walking simulator is not a very good sign. Well, it's not really a walking simulator, it's a walking and fisting simulator, but, you know, same basic principle. Two-tone pipe. But yeah, one of the areas, like, not quite so skybox, just causes it to drag horribly. Thankfully, we decided to go back after getting the power-up. It's kind of a Metroidvania walking simulator, which is weird. To go back. What am I... What? What was I What am I standing on? What is going on here? You see it that way, you don't daze too often? That's fair. Is there there's invisible quicksand there. Why is there invisible quicksand here? Some sort of invisible platform? It's like one of those bobbing things, but it's invisible. That's weird. Why is it invisible? I mean, the answer could just be circus, for all I know. But I'm still weirded out by it. Well, since I gotta do the midway. Okay, actually, you know what? I know how I'm gonna end this. Oh, no, I can't end it that way. Oh, well. This is fine, too. It's a diaper platform. It definitely looks like a diaper platform in its behavior, but I can't see it. Typically, when a sprite doesn't spawn, it doesn't spawn its behavior or... Oh, I didn't test the midway. Right. I'm an idiot. I should have killed. Well, we have an easy solution to this. Actually, I don't. I don't remember what the midway was. Well, so much for that plan. There were a couple things I wanted to check anyway, so this isn't really a big loss, but it's still weird. Slide, 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 slide. Okay, there's our midway. I want to see the diaper platform and the ending, because I have an idea about getting soft-locked. Because it uses Mario 3 power-down mechanics, you kind of want to keep yourself as powered up as possible. Because otherwise, I'll end up with a mushroom in the box as opposed to a fire flower. Are the balloons causing that lag? I think it's just too many sprites. Just sprites in general. My suspicion is this isn't even fast ROM. I know it's not SA1 because of how it's behaving. But it wouldn't surprise me if it's not even using fast ROM addressing or fast ROM. Okay. I'm about to do something stupid. Nope. Alright, well that's cool. Test the midway. Yep, sure works. We're set on that front. I think the problem with having like all of these have the same theme is that the music gets old. Like the combination of music and background gets old fast. I do like these platforms though. A little bit of cutoff there. Like right here. Would you say one more often? I mean, yes and no. I think using SA1 when you don't need to use SA1 is a bit egregious. Like, it's okay to stick with just regular fast or slow ROM depending upon what your needs are. There's very few reasons, unless you're going to switch to SA1, to not use fast ROM though. Because fast ROM just solves so many minor Mario sins. I thought I was going to land on it. I guess I'm in this pipe now. It's one of these levels. Except it has Porcupuffers, and nothing of value in it. Becomes interchangeable without telling them apart. Yep. It does get a bit dry. It's a two-thrower. Huh? You almost never see two-throwers out in the wild. People almost always pick 6 or 4s because they just like making you wait for footballs. Alright, well, so far so good. Cool, I made it fizzle. Not intentionally, but that was still cool. I get the feeling the end of the level is like right here. And it was. But yeah, SA1 is the future. It just is the future. It will always be the future. It becomes harder and harder to argue you should stay within the fast ROM confines when more and more emulators are supporting it correctly. More people are getting the flash cards that support it correctly. Because like I think the Super EverDrive didn't. But you know, now the Super EverDrive's kind of passé compared to the FX pack. Nuts. Which does support SA1 and a number of other enhancement chips properly. I think probably the only reason you wouldn't necessarily want to use SA1 now, and I think it's a pretty reasonable reason, is there exists a non-trivial number of people who have, what are those things called? Like the dedicated Super Nintendo clones that have HDMI out. Super NTs that are jailbroken so they don't have to use cards. And your SA1 pack will not work on those because they don't support SA1. Because I don't know if they have enough space on their FPGA to actually support it. Because it is kind of a custom-built system. The FX pack does it with aplomb, without a doubt. But the NT doesn't. If you ever want to make into a physical cart, SA1s are going to be harder to find. I doubt you'll be able to like get reasonable clones for them, except like including an FPGA or harvesting them from existing SA1 games. Whereas, if you just stick with fast ROM, I mean, ROM that runs at, what, basically 4 megahertz is not that hard to find in this day and age. I think it's 3.8 is the necessary amount of time, the necessary speed, but still, that's only in megahertz. You can find faster stuff nowadays. Probably said it before, but you'd love to have a physical copy of your hack. Yeah, no, that'd be cool. Like, making physical copies of hacks is really cool. I mean, provided you're not selling them for profit or presenting them as your own work when it's someone else's and all those other problems of seeing these ROM hacks in, like, a game store somewhere. But, like, those, there were copies of, what was it, Grand Poo World 2 that were made and handed out to people who won some races and stuff, and that's cool. Barb was in on it. No profit was made. Everyone was happy at the end of the day. Okay, that's good. It'd be cool, but are you cool with it? What's up, Fries? How you doing? So, like a certain Wario... Yes, like unlike certain Wario 4 hacks. Yeah, I was looking at my list of requests, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's still on there. I've never played the OG Wario 4, and I'm gonna have to play a hack. That should be fun. Invictus, Grand Poo World 2, Casio, and Hacker's Dreams. I think that's a really fine list to want to have and own. I think they all have, like, good cover art, too. I have a vague feeling I know which level this is. But even so, I'm not complaining. I kind of like it. Okay, little headroom. Is Pizza Tower a Wario 4 hack? I can just see Patrick Starr raising his hand to that question. I'm a wait here. Yeah, the only one that's kind of questionable, I think, would probably be Hacker's Dreams, because I think it doesn't work all that well on real hardware. Though there is a version that works okay on hardware, but, like, Anonymous Bloodlust really wanted to do, like, custom music stuff without using MSU1 or something. So he made his own, like, build of SNES 9X that allows that, I think. I am looking forward to seeing his new game. It's going to be at PAX, and so am I, so I'm going to have to give it a shot. An homage? Oh, absolutely an homage. Dude has never, like, hidden his bias there. He likes Wario World 4, or Wario Land 4. Cool. I made it to the end. I think I hit as I entered the door. Oh, look. It's a Wendy fight. But I guess Casio could be done with, like, a custom cart. There's no reason he couldn't, you know, implement his own SA1-like, or MSU1-like thing if you wanted to. Because when you have access to the extra pins, you can do all the mixing you want. I have chosen poorly. Wait, I saw the trailer that he put out the other day because it came up just randomly on my YouTube recommendations, and I was amused to see the people in it. Because he got clips of people playing his hack or playing Hacker's Dreams. And several highly recognizable, very famous in the YouTube community, or YouTube and Twitch community, like Kescade, and I think TJB's in there too. And then Prestinator also gets a cameo, which I think is kind of adorable. So, yeah, I'm going to be curious to see how it actually plays. I'm not convinced that it will be fun, but I'm interested. And the cost of finding out if I'm actually wanting to play this game when I'm at PAX is fairly low. So that makes it a lot easier. Like, I like playing game demos, especially when the devs are watching, so that I can see their soul leave their bodies when I accidentally break something. Which has happened on more than one occasion. Ah, crap. Optimize the board, solder every unit together for fast lane speed. I don't think that's how that works. Don't think that's how that works. Just flubbing my jumps. Getting distracted, thinking about PAX. That's like next week, too. Need speed holes? Absolutely. Oh god, that episode is so good. No. I've learned my lesson. With Flanders Flanders getting shot repeatedly. It's like, oh, thank goodness I keep a Bible next to my heart. Bump. Oh, thank goodness I chose to wear an extra large piece of the True Cross today. Of course, that's why we shoot it. Absolutely. I think I can just make it. Now we wait. Now we wait. And look. And listen. I can't believe I didn't get hit there. I don't know if I'll see any other, like, repro enthusiasts there. Because last time I went to PAX, and this was a while ago, there was at least some people working on NES games and selling them there, which was kind of cool. Asked them about how they source their MMC3s, because I was curious. Because every non-NROM game uses MMC3 nowadays. It's just how you do. Thanks for the GG. Nope. Okay, cool. Oh yeah, plot. There's plot in this game. Yep, Wendy's down. No more hot drinks. And no more skill grill. Mario stopped Wendy Koopa in Castle Number 5 in her tracks and ended her games. Mario has been sidetracked and ended up in the Aqua Caves. You must hurry, Mario. Time is running out. Alright. To the Aqua Caves. Cave of Aquas. Yep, it's all water levels. Oops, all water levels. Can you still get a Baconator? No, we took down Wendy's. There's no more grill skill, so we can't have Baconators. I like this tile set because it's kind of like remind me of Sonic without being Sonic. It's weird, but in a good way. That background is also like one of the sparsest things. Like, you could use layer 3 for it, but you're already using layer 3 for the fishies. No, thank you. Why is the Kirby boss on the blocks? I don't know. I really don't know, actually. I didn't know it was a Kirby boss. My Kirby experience isn't all that much. I've played a little bit of the NES game, and that's about it. Oh, I did play the SNES game once at Sears for a bit. But I couldn't figure out how to defeat the big old tree. And so I got stuck there and ended up wandering off eventually. But that's about it. But the NES game was fun. It was good for a bit of evening playing, because I think I like finished whatever I was thinking I wanted to do, and I ended up playing Kirby. I'm just gonna keep running past it. Now we wait for the fishies. We'll find the bubble fish. I will not shine the light on it. I just need the last one, and then we can bail. I feel like it's going to be, like, right here real soon. Okay, because it's all mile markers. Millstones. Or, Millborn or something. There's gonna be more levels of this. Alright, that's number 5. And thank goodness, a pit for me to die in. It's the last boss from Superstar subgame Great Cave Offensive. Okay. That is definitely not something I've played. There's a great number of games I have not played that I probably should. I actually want the Fire Flower. Want to fry up some fishies. I didn't even notice the two-tone pipe. God. Two-tone pipe. I think that's the last two-tone pipe I'm going to remark upon. Because there's just so many of them, and I don't really want to remark on more of them. But yes. Laptop was hitting my leg. I must say the abduction kind of made me want to get back into like some point-and-click adventure game nonsense. Because I haven't played a proper point-and-click adventure game since I think me and Snyder finished up. What was that weird game? Oh, whatever that was called. Synergy or something. I kind of want to look it up next. It's an interesting game. It uses FMV for everything, but like Mansion of Hidden Souls. But it does it better because it has, you know, fidelity, unlike the Sega CD. This was distributed on a DVD. Only 30. What was the name of this thing? Because it's going to bug me. Schism. Mysterious Journey. Interesting game, kind of disappointing ending. At some point, it's just better to go to get all 8 of them. If you can, even if you're going to miss the 9th. But I digress. Still want to play that pollution game. Kind of debating whether or not I want to like go and do some like early Sierra games, because I just like early Sierra games. Just realized that in Infirmary. Firmament actually has, like, achievements, and I see the post-game summary now. We got, like, an achievement for solving a puzzle that 50% of people have, so apparently people are actually pretty dedicated to playing this game. Because you would have had to get at least some puzzles in to be able to have a chance to solve that puzzle. Like, achievements are basically just free telemetry data for most game companies, and it's kind of amazing how well everyone just kind of picked up and said, yeah, this is just how it is now. But at the same time, I still kind of enjoy them. They're nice to look back upon sometimes and be like, oh yeah, I remember doing that in that game, that was fun. Or bonus challenges, especially if it's something like a Zachtronics game where it's like, can you do this, but better? Oh great, splitting paths. I'll take the low road first, and then we'll come back and do the high road. I'm certain the point at which these converge will be the midway. Oh, hello. Oh, it's a homing one! This sucks! Oh, what game? Firmament. That's the game me and Snyder have been playing recently. For our hangout and playing a somewhat of a point-and-click adventure game time. It's the newest game by Cyan, aka the Mist guys. It's okay. It's got some rough edges, and we ran into some like weird problems while playing. So like, there's a part where you're connecting these carts up. It's not a spoiler to say you're doing this, because like, you have to do this. But we ran into a problem where we couldn't go across the carts. We couldn't walk across them consistently. And eventually we just had to reload the game because it had become somehow oddly physically desunk. And in fact, I'd gotten stuck in space. Like, I could no longer move. I had literally gotten soft-locked. But Yeah, saving reloading solved the problem, but still it was annoying. But if you like that class of game, I'd recommend playing it. If you like a good walking simulator. So far, I've been enjoying it. The plot's a little bit weird, but that's what I come to expect from Cyan, and mostly delivered by a glowing green fog. Just randomly and intermittently. I figure I'll eventually know what's going on. Eventually. But not anytime soon. Feel you getting stuck in space all the time, too. It's a very KSP thing to do. Yeah, but it's very different when you're stuck in space, you know, in actual space. In space, as opposed to stuck in space in walking simulator, and you simply can't get down. Because it was already a long, involved puzzle, and the problem was it made even worse by the fact that we were in the area that just had the worst frame rate possible. Like, I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do. I think those things will just kill me. Just wait them out, I suppose. The reason I'm kind of finishing this is I don't want to have to do the low road again. I'd rather just do it once. If possible. Because doing multiple paths multiple times is kind of a drag. Everything about that was dangerous. Yeah, once I see convergence... Well, I don't have a choice. Oh, so, One Lone Vintage, how are you doing? Put some P speed in this water? Oh, it'd be nice. But there's no P in the saw. And we like to keep it that way. Something about this water level just kind of has put me at peace. Just kind of chilling. No reason not to chill. I'm still not sure what the correct solution to these tracking ones is, because I can't really go faster than them. Like, quite literally, they're just going to hurt me till they explode, which sucks. Okay, I can swim away from them. I guess that's the key to the whole thing. I can work with that. Good, just woke up. Nice. I've been awake for a while. We're just talking about adventure games, because I like a good adventure game. Apparently people have been recently dueling to get the best time for Phantasmagoria 1, which I find to be very amusing. You know, it's a game that's very plot-heavy and has a lot of cutscenes showing you important things, but the current speedrun is approximately 5 minutes of just kind of jumping around. They might even get it below 5 minutes for all I know. I think the most current one is like 5:16. The only thing is they're playing in like Scum VM, which is nice and all, but you don't have to switch discs, so it's not quite as cool as doing it in the OG style. If I ever tried to speedrun one of those games, I'd probably lose a lot of time flipping discs, because I think it's funny. Yeah, like, once one of these things has got you in its tracks, it's hard not to get hit. There's enough power-ups, it's not really a problem, but it's just kind of annoying. But the end of the level should be, like, right over here. This is a second or third level. Water levels, they all just kind of blend together. Monkey Island speedruns are super silly? Yes. That reminds me, I think I should go back and watch the... I don't know if I actually watched the one Short Eye speedrunning video about Monkey Island 2. I might have. Maybe I downloaded and intended to watch it and then never did. He put out a video about the Gabriel Knight remake that I kind of want to watch. Because I don't think I'm going to play the remake. I am perfectly happy with my Gabriel Knight experience ending with the OG. So learning the silly speedrun tech that apparently changed it, the clickbaity title is, "This one button press changed speedrunning this game forever," which is clickbaity as all hell, but his content's usually pretty good. I can't begrudge people who actually produce good content giving things clickbaity titles, unfortunately. It's just the world we live in. I just kind of knew that would come back to bite me. Alright, yeah, it's probably okay. Just a little bit of cutoff there, but I don't think it matters. Okay, well that's fixable. When you give a man a cape, you know he's gonna want to try and softlock himself. Oh, I can't quite get up there. There's an add-on called Diero you'd recommend? Add-on to what? I hate this guy. Oh, and there's a relatively short ceiling. Huh, that's interesting. Web browsers? Oh, nuts, I didn't mean to come back here. One of the ones, it's from the same devs as Sponsor Block and essentially allows the community to submit alternative titles for videos. Oh, okay. That's actually kind of interesting. I think I've seen a little bit of that. This one bug changed the speedrun forever. Yeah, no. I at least appreciate, like, the more academic titles that some people give theirs, like, you know, just the history of any % runs in Mario Sunshine or what have you. I'm gonna come back to that. Well, that worked out really well for me. Supreme amount of lag. Yeah, there's got some kind of nice. There are a few nice web browser additions on that front. I kind of miss the old school when you had a web browser edition, it was a horribly invasive Internet Explorer thing. That was always kind of fun. You know, you get your Bonsai Buddy or your Neopets toolbar or whatever else have you. But then you had Average Trey made a solid video with the dry title. Yeah, I think that's what I'm talking about. How you doing, Nick Feynman? The history of Sunshine any % or 100% or something. It was exceedingly dry and absolutely perfect. Ah, man, I can't die here easily. Yeah, I know that name because I watch at least when I have a chance to watch the Sunshine bingo races, I know Average Trey is often in those. But like Summoning Salt ones I don't think are too ridiculous either. And he's sort of the progenitor of the category, I think at least. If someone else is the progenitor, I wouldn't be surprised, but at least we think of him as the father of this class of YouTube videos. And then that one video, and then that one song starts playing that lets you know that shit's about to get real. That everyone else who makes these kinds of videos uses. For exactly the same purpose. Kinda need to get out of here before the entire water set sinks. That's not how this works. Oh, was there no midway? I guess there was no midway. Interesting. I'll double check that later. Hack needs more diagonal stuff. I could see that. It would be enjoyable. Ooh, a ghost house. Let's see how ghosty... Oh, hey, it's not underwater. Hooray. Let's see how ghosty this house can be. So far, not terribly scary. Yeah, I wish I could have Diagonal Mario now, but the character change thing just doesn't work. Not sure why. It's scrambled. I think there must be some sort of code that's messing with things. Changing an offset somewhere. Next hack I play, I have to imagine it'll work. Not sure what that'll be, but... I see this channel down there, and I'm really curious. Because, yeah, clearly it's intentional. Yeah, this house is definitely a bit ghosty. I am a little bit confused and irritated. Which is the feeling you should have in a ghost house. Ooh. Oh, it's just a mushroom. Single one up. Absolutely worth it. I kind of tried to think, like, what would I want to play if I could play anything right now? And I'm mostly just thinking of, like, things I need to finish up now. Because I started so many things and need to finish them. Like Iconoclast, I don't know when I'm getting back to that. It's your everyday feeling. Relatable. Like, I definitely want to get back to Iconoclast before I've forgotten everything that's actually happening. And be like, what button is wrench? But Final Fantasy V kind of has to take priority at some point. Because I gotta get that done before the end of the month, or else, you know, I lose my Fiesta, and I don't want to do that again. It would just be embarrassing. And of course, the assorted request games, which are always fun, but they take time each. It's not fast. Where am I in Iconoclasts? I just got done with the mountain section, where I beat up something under the mountain that was shaking the mountain and reforming the world in its own image. Complete with a boat dropping on it, which was honestly pretty awesome. And then I wandered around for a bit to figure out what to do next. And I'm supposed to go meet this guy in the forest because the medic NPC told me to. That's approximately where I'm at. The mountain with snow, yes. The mountain with snow. And the underground lab with the blasphemous object. So I haven't gotten much beyond that. I spent some time trying to find a few chests and get a few more things, because I think I kind of want to try to 100% it. But I'm not entirely convinced. It could be like New Super Mario Bros., where my attempt at 100%ing goes awry pretty quickly. Once I actually discover what you have to do... Oh, it's just a boo fight. It's literally just the boo fight. I'm kind of offended, almost. But, you know, I accept, like, a vanilla Wendy's fight, so I don't know why this isn't appropriate. But test the midway we did. Yeah, the thing is, I'm not sure how long it's going to take me to finish Final Fantasy V in terms of streams. I know I've got to at least have one more. There's no question about that. Just the way that Berserkers work, I'm going to take at least one more, because I didn't beat it last time. But after that, I'm going to have to figure out, like, if in the event that I end up kind of hosed, I'm going to have to, like, raise my levels and stuff. Like, grinding with Berserkers isn't bad, because you don't have to think much, but if I'm going to grind, I want to grind smart. Like, I'm going to go into X-Death pretty beefy, just because Berserkers give good stats, Hunters give good stats. I'm going to have go with the standard loadouts. Get people their appropriate running shoes and gear and all that. Because I'm going to be decked out pretty decently in gear. I can wear all the Genji stuff. Not going to be able to get all of it because I don't have a thief, which is a little bit sad, but, you know, you kind of deal. But I'll have some percentage of it, which is nice. There's, what, 2 more Gilgamesh encounters? So I can have a chance to get 2 more pieces. And I think they're the biggest pieces, like the helmet and the armor. Or possibly shield. I might be able to get the shield. I forget. And then after that, like, I can pick up another Aegis shield, which will definitely boost my chances of winning against X-Death. Having 2 people with Aegis shields. I think I can get... there's a possibility for a third, but the odds are really bad. But there's 2 known Aegis shields I can pick up, and I'm definitely going to have to go to Leviathan's Cave to pick up the other one. There's just no question. It's just going to be valuable enough. But other than that, like, the holy weapons, those are nice. I'm not too worried about it. I'm not too excited about them. There'll be a nice increase in damage for a few characters, but nothing life-changing. Yep. Speaking of... Chicken Knife's going to be a big deal once I finish leveling it up and handing it to my archer, to my ranger. Like, X-Fight with Chicken Knife is insanely good. I think even aim with Chicken Knife might mitigate the chicken... No, it won't mitigate the Chicken Knife effect, because I've seen other effects proc under it. The problem is you can't use X-Fight in the final fight, because it's just not worth it. There's 2 extra targets that your character could decide to try and hit that would make render your hits useless. It's also bad because Neo X-Death, you have to count your cards. Like, there's no other option. You absolutely have to count cards with that fight. That or come in with such overwhelming power you don't have problems eating multiple Meteos in a row. Which I'm not going to. I'm not coming in with that level of power. There's not much I can do to mitigate a Meteo. Aegis Shields aside, but even then the odds are not in my favor. Squiggles pointed out that I got rather lucky with the X-Death fight yesterday, in that I got no Meteo hits. He might have cast it, but I never saw it. But yeah, I think he was right to try and farm a Reflect Ring or 2. That would have made that fight a lot safer. In a way that it was not for me. Okay, cool. We're done with this part. But yeah, that's pretty much all the strategy I have for that game right now. Most of it's just going to be execution. And once... The nice thing, of course, is I'll have the Chicken Knife before going into the Pyramid. Because my Zerker's kind of useless in the Pyramid. Pyramid's full of undead critters. You can't use the Death Axe on undead critters. It's just a bad idea. But I'm still trying to figure out what I'm going to do in Dark Souls. I'm doing that tomorrow. Like, I have some options that I can think of that I've got. There's the big fiery demon I haven't beaten up yet. That could probably be a viable option. Definitely more viable now that I'm a lot stronger than I was last time I ran into him. But I think for most bosses in Dark Souls, aside from the ability to take a hit or 2, stats don't matter that much. I mean, your weapon stats matter in the sense that it's faster to kill them, but like once you understand the boss, it's kind of either... It's basically do or die. You either execute and kill it, or you don't. The amount of slop is not that high, but maybe I'm just still reeling from the skinny and fatty fight. I don't know. Things to consider. And then Deltarune on Saturday. Finally got around to scheduling that with Zuccotti. And learned a lot about Brazilian time zones. Brazil actually has 4 time zones, at least one of which is to the east of EST. Which was not what I was expecting. And I imagine DST makes everything even more confusing, but I don't know if Brazil does that. But that should be fun. Kind of curious what Toby Fox has cooked up post Undertale. Because I've remained blissfully ignorant of everything except for Spammington. Because someone came in while I was playing Undertale and was role-playing as Spammington, which was weird. Quite the novelty account, if nothing else. He was very dedicated to a specific shtick. Oh, that's post-midway, so let's just go die now. There's no pits to die, is there? Nuts. Alright, well, just hang out here for a moment. I think after this world I might get up and use the facilities for a moment. Yeah, the reason I always like to die in pits is I keep my power-ups in the box. You know, I just realized something. There's no water in this level now. I'm pretty sure this level used to have water. Yes, absolutely sure the level used to have water. Well, let's fix this problem. It's convenient I know all of the tricks. But yeah, that's a problem. Like, I guess if you were clever with Cape, you might be able to get through this. But dear lord, that's a problem. Put a marker down just in case I didn't put a marker down. Like, water level doesn't have water. Like, that's a big problem. Yeah, people don't test their midways enough, I tell you. No, definitely not intended. Absolutely not intended. But it's a thing people don't test enough of. Like, you really need to run your entire hack through its bases for unexpected things. And this is why I check every single midway, because sooner or later something weird happens. Not every hack, not every time, but it happens enough that it's worth checking. Okay, cool. Nothing important to check, just a link to the cool extension. I'll have to take a look at that later. Alright. Cool, we got 3 layers of parallax. We got 3 layers going on. I'm pretty sure this is, if I looked up its level number, the one with the blue Yoshi. Because I'm pretty sure the fish placement is the same. Yeah, this is all too suspiciously the same as one of the special worlds. Putting a marker down for that. Like, I'm 90% certain this is Special World 2 or whatever it's called. Star Road 2, I mean. Like, the sprite placement is identical. Okay, maybe not at this point, but it was up to this point. Let me guess. And then there's the low road I have to take. Like, they kind of made it different after a point, but it's quite clear that it was heavily cribbed from there. Okay, sweet, quick midway. Two-tone pipe! I'm not calling these out anymore. There's so many in this game. Very unappealing pipe color right there. Oh boy, what am I gonna want to do? Well, I don't know if I want to mess with these. I accomplished nothing with that P-switch. Guess we'll see if it matters later. Come back and check that. Come back and check that. Gotta love that kind of one-up, though. Those things are still dangerous even after you hurt them. It's such an odd interaction. Of course, they're only in one level in SMW, so you'd never expect to see the interaction. But it's still odd. Oh, nope, you can't go up there. Screw these guys. Turn them into delicious coins. Come on, you can do it, Mario. We just got a little bit further to go. I think this level's almost over. Should be a pretty quick check. Just in case. Sometimes they hide things. They're clever that way. Alright, last dragon coin. And flop. At least this level maintains its water levelness past the midway. That's not how I wanted to play this game. Nope. Yeah, I just think it's near the end of August. It's almost time for spooky Halloween games. We're reaching the season for it. I still have a bunch from last year I never got around to playing. I've got Parasite Eve, I've got, what else? I have Shivers. Got a copy of Lighthouse. I probably wouldn't play Lighthouse on stream because I've beaten it relatively recently. Oh, that's how that was supposed to work. Huh. I think Shivers could be fun. It's weird enough and definitely out of most people's sphere of information. It was supposed to be like Sierra's answer to Myst. Not sure it actually landed all that well. Ready for new music. Yeah, maybe not. I'm fine with Final Fantasy V music. Can you cape whip a Fugu? You can. Well, that was convenient. Play Friendly Neighborhood? I've never heard of Friendly Neighborhood. I have to assume it's one of those, like, mascot-y type horror games that are all the rage for YouTubers, like, was it Spooky's House of Jump Scares? Or Hello Neighbor? Which, I think I watched someone speedrun it and was incredibly confused as to how it ended. Friendly Neighborhood. I guess if someone did like a Mr. Rogers horror, that wouldn't be a bad name for it. I kind of feel like no one would do that nowadays. Like a Doom map based upon the land of make-believe. Hello, Electrician. Like they've made another one? Oh. Yeah, I don't know what to make about that. Like, when I first saw it at PAX, I thought, okay, that looks mildly interesting, but, like, it's just weird. Old school Resident Evil, but it's a kid's show? Huh. Oh, oops. Don't want to do this one yet. I don't want to do the castle yet. No! Well, it's very Muppet-oriented. I do like Muppets. I don't want to beat this level. I need to go check the midway. There we go. Are you kidding me? I wanted to die. We're not helping me with this. I can actually see the single line of tiles at the very bottom of the screen. Alright, fine. I'll take care of this the old-fashioned way. With maces to the faces. Oh, this is very like Sesame Street parody. Okay, I see it. Like, the sign gives it away. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know if I want to play, like... Oh, for fuck's sake. got distracted. I don't know if I want to play like a modern horror game. Like I never played the OG Resident Evil. I have several consoles I could play that on. You're the repair dude, you can see where this is going. Yeah, of course, the animatronic Muppets go off the rails because of whatever reason, or they're possessed by the ghost of a child murderer, and yeah, no. I've played at least one Five Nights at Freddy game. I know how this works. Well, the one I played was actually not terribly indicative of the rest of the series. It was the FNAF world, I think. The weird one that's like a JRPG instead of being a jump scare-a-thon. But I know the gist. People definitely trying to cash in on that a lot recently. It's like the Amanda the Explorer was another one that I saw people... Oh, wait, I just need to test the midway. Looking at, or, what was that other one? It was like Huggy something. Not a jump scare-a-thon, it really plays like an old Resident Evil. Okay. I just see that kind of horror, I see that kind of aesthetic, and I immediately go to, oh, it's probably a jump scare-a-thon. Just because the well has been somewhat poisoned by Five Nights at Freddy's. And people just kind of seem to want to go in that vein. Not that I can blame them. Five Nights at Freddy's made a serious amount of money. Yeah, it's probably fine. It's fair. FNAF is more of a Night Trap-like game than a jump scare-a-thon. Yeah, that's fair. It definitely has more in common with Night Trap, though Night Trap is honestly more hilarious. There's nothing quite like the bit where, you know, you convince the vampires to get on the bed that flings them out of the building. Like, at least Night Trap has that going for it. Jump scares in the first one game are punishment for failing, yeah. But that's what most people at least remember out of that game. At least that's what I saw. That's what I remembered out of it. But I suppose you could say the same thing about like Gregory Horror Show. Like, it's not really the jump scares you're playing the game for. They are in fact punishment for playing the game badly. Now maybe I'm not fair in my assessment here. Did I hit a midway? I think I did. Another two-tone pipe. Well, this is unfortunate. There's so many horror games who just focus on jump scares. Wouldn't say FNAF only does that. I think it's most of its character from the jump scares, though. And I didn't hit a midway. And later games in that series, you know, advanced it forward and gave weird secrets to go find and things like that. Only does that. Yeah, this is fair. I'm arguing a point I really can't argue. I've never played any of them. Except FNAF World, which is definitely not the same sort of thing. I think it's even putting a bit of a lampshade on the whole thing. Horror games need more RNG. You could see that. I don't know, I feel like there's a class of game that exists that is sort of originated with FNAF, and Jump Scare-a-thon definitely isn't the right term for it. But I don't think I have a better bit of vocabulary to describe it. Predictable upon the second playthrough, so why not bump the unexpectancy up to 100? Not unreasonable for some horror games. Depends on what you want to get out of the horror game, I suppose. FNAF-like. Well, yes, we could go there, I suppose. But I get the feeling at least some of these people really just want to cash in on the aesthetic so that they can try and make bank and make plushies and sell things. And that's not bad. I don't begrudge anybody making money off these things, but it definitely feels like it at least. Gotta be way more careful on that last set, though. It's a weird optimization problem, these. Okay. This is the last one I get, I think, before I got trapped last time. When you stop to check pipes, you're not actually getting out of the castle. I don't think there's a midway. Or if there was one, it was broken. I'm gonna check, make a marker for it, just to check afterwards. And Ludwig. Just Ludwig. Dang it. I was hoping I could get him in midair. Oh, he took 2 hits. I did get him in midair. Cool. Just, you can't replicate the same experience with FNAF after so many sequels. Since it was new, definitely hit a weird spot instead of being a guy running around and fixing things or escaping from nightmares. Instead, sit in one place, defending yourself while being paranoid at any noise that happens. I'd agree with that. Second move's used horror tool, blood and gore everywhere. Yeah, just make it visceral. Why not? Ludwig von Koopa's plan to detour Mario has backfired. Mario is now on track and is heading through the marble ruins. Thank you for the GGs. Make everything comfortable to look at without being a gore fest is your other thing that makes a good horror game? Yes. Gore fests are kind of a shortcut. Not ideal. Definitely not ideal. Okay. Let's see if the music's good. Any good here? Can't even hear it. You want gore, play visceral cleanup detail? Alright. I'm gonna get up really quick, have a quick stretch break, and then we'll get to World 7. I feel like I'm making good progress. 48 out of 73 is not necessarily where I want to be, but it's going okay. Anyway, I'll be right back. In visceral cleanup detail, you step into the boots of a space station janitor tasked with cleaning up after various horrific sci-fi horror events. Okay, that sounds kind of cool. Cut off mountains. Where? Instead of machine guns and plasma rifles, your tools are a mop and bucket. Hero left a mess and it's up to you to deal with the aftermath. Interesting. Also, with the cutoff on the world map, I'm not that good at overworld cutoff. So I'm not really sure where that was after looking for a couple seconds. I might need further instruction. But I am curious about it. Yeah, I think I might have that game in my Steam, like, library. But I've always appreciated the title. It's a good title. Can't speak to the rest. I think games about janitors are probably, you know, a category that's due for a resurgence. After all, Space Quest was fantastic, and it's about a deep space janitor. Mountains don't use the proper bottom tile? Okay. I'll put a marker to look into that. Put a marker down to look into that. Oh, thank you for the follow. Enjoy your fish. Almost always get surprised by that. There we go. I gotta go down here. Clearly this dude really likes Sonic. Like, given how this whole game has been paced. Not a bad thing. You're gonna pick some series to crib from. You could do a lot worse. Alright, into the drink. Very minor. Okay. Do you mean on this map or the next or the previous one? I think that's another important question for me to ask, since I'm just not familiar that much with the overworld design. Previous? Okay, cool. Oh, I wanted the star. I'm just gonna fly over this. I've already beaten the level. Nah, it just feels cheesy. Plus, it's more fun to jump off slopes. Well, it was more fun to jump off slopes. $29? I thought I was closer to 50 than that. $29. It's no 37. Dagnabbit. When you feel you're close, but you're not actually remotely close. Normally use rounder ground tiles at the bottom because of the way it looks a bit incorrect given the perspective. Okay. Yeah, I guess you have a point. It is kind of just like they're flat on the ground. It's a little weird. Alright, I'll put a marker down. It's a little weird. It's not bad. I don't think I would mark it down, seriously, but since we're already going to have to reject this. And there's an awful lot. No, I didn't want that yet. There's an awful lot of aesthetic things. It's worth a mention, I suppose. Because we already have to reject it for the weird cape thing. And I went and checked. I booted into the ROM earlier to check to see if the counter break thing was working properly. Because Donut thought it should be. And it was not. So I'm kind of wondering if the version of counter break they have only works on SNES 9X. Because Donut doesn't do his testing in, you know, SNES 9X typically, I don't think. Pretty sure he has all the emulators to make sure whatever weird Mode 4 thing he's trying to, or Mode 0 thing he's trying to do will work. Because that's just the kind of person Donut is. He's gonna invent Mode 17. Nothing there. What's up, Habalut? How you doing? Thank you for the good luck. Apparently I need it because I'm just gonna jump straight on. Cut off on that pipe. Yeah, there's cut off on that pipe. There's an awful lot of cutoff in this hack. Guess I probably should mark this down too. There's cutoff here. Come on, Charlie. Leave me alone. There we go. Cut off there, too, to the left of Mario. Like, I didn't expect this to be an easy, fast moderation, but I didn't expect to find so many random aesthetic problems. Well, that solved that problem. Can I get in there? I can. Was it worth it? Not really. It's a really odd diversion on this path to have one of those, but not have any sort of reward for getting it. Midway. That kind is very, yeah, it is. I was kind of on the fence as whether to report it for this specific tile set. Like I said, like I usually say, I'm gonna figure out exactly what's going in the report after the fact. I just mark down everything. If it ends up mattering, if I end up, like, it actually ends up mattering the calculus, then it'll get reported. But I don't think I'm gonna leave more than a small note about it. It's like, yeah, it's here. You might want to fix this, but if you don't, I don't think I'm gonna begrudge you. But the cutoff around the pipe, certainly that's fixable. Feels bizarre to come back and see a vanilla background. There's been a few. Like, there's been a few. Not all of them, but some have gone back to vanilla. Don't really mind it all that much. Vanilla is perfectly fine with me. think that should put me near the end of the level. Ugh. Yes, done with that. I kind of wish I hadn't been late in starting now. I have to stretch it by my book. It's a thing that happens. Which is kind of silly when I think about it, because I've been very early to stream last few nights. But I've streamed. Like, starting way before midnight as opposed to starting slightly after. Okay! Alright, well this has more than one room now. Has an extra screen it doesn't need, but at least it doesn't look bad. I understand that if you cape whip these, you generally get them for free. Has something to do with the frame roll, I think. But it doesn't matter too much. My expectation is the room's already done, so I don't, yeah, this is just a vanilla room, it doesn't matter. A bit odd, but completely fine. Dang it. Nope. Trying to get those bubble multi-hits. They're very inconsistent. I suddenly get the feeling that this is Forest of Illusion. In terms of how things are laid out, but I don't think the sprites are identical. Nah, this is fine. Pretty sure it's fine. Oh, I have a cape. I could have prevented this. That would have been smart. Oh, there was some lag there. But really, just turning on Fast ROM would solve most of those problems. Not even everything needs to use it, as long as some stuff uses it. Even like a vanilla ROM, for some reason, doesn't only use Fast ROM stuff. Even outside of the interrupt vectors, where you don't have a choice. Because it always jumps to addresses based off of Bank 0. When really you want addresses based upon Bank 80. The more you know. But since you only get 2-byte interrupt vectors, you gotta take what you can get. Yeah, there's so many sprites that one of the Chucks didn't spawn. Oh, come on. Just when you want to die. Some days you just can't get rid of a bomb. Yeah, we're just gonna nip that one in the bud. I don't need too many more molting Chucks, cloning Chucks, what have you. I don't actually mind this area. Use of bullet bills here is actually really pleasant, even though I'm getting hit by them. There's an easy solution to that, which is just be a little bit less dumb. Oh, I got a 1-up too. Nifty. It's always exciting when you get one of those. Ooh, abandoned castle. So spooky that it's empty. But right now, it's just kind of boring. I was kind of hoping it'd go all in on the abandoned castle route, where there's like just no sprites whatsoever. Would have been an interesting approach. all of the that one Mario 3 castle that's fortress? Yeah, fortress that's actually abandoned. There's only Boom Boom there, and only if you can find him. I have to imagine that particular level probably stopped a lot of kids in their tracks. Mario 3 has some really difficult parts near the end. Just conceptually difficult because of what's going on with them. Very mazy areas. Like the Bowser's World fortress. Also very mazy. Of course, in the abandoned fortress, it doesn't hurt that you can get like an awful lot of 1-ups without any effort because of the infinite coin room. Thump. Oh no. Yeah, I had done my jump planning, assuming I would have the height. Alright. I love you too, respawner. You are clearly my favorite thing. Another two-tone pipe. I am shocked at how many of those I found. Yeah, I really would prefer the feathers right now. Okay. Now, the sweet embrace of death. I wonder how close I am. Because I thought this thing boasted 8 worlds. I'm near the middle of the 7th. So, like, I'm not that far away from the end, I don't think. But the number of exits begs to differ. Well, my brilliant plan to get another cape failed. You know, for being abandoned, there's a lot of critters in here. Okay, I think that's the end of the road. Let's see, I'm gonna guess Reznor. Just purely out of I don't know what else could be in here. Could be Reznor, could be something else. Oh, it's Tricline. What? No. This is going insanely poorly. Well, that was embarrassing. They even give you the ammo, and I just could not put it together. It's the same reason the Dreadful Flying Glove is not my favorite anymore. You know, I was hoping to get the shell, but that works too. It's always weird when you go and hit something like that, because... no. I'm getting some bad luck with my eerie spawns. Not that it matters, I'll be still at full count by the time I end up at the boss fight, but... one of those, it's always nice to have a cape. Just to make your life a little bit easier. Okay. This time shall be different. I've already wasted several hits without accomplishing anything. I was only 3-hitter anyway. Okay. That went a lot better than I expected. I really expected it to suffer there. Just getting glove flashbacks. But the glove is dead, and so is Triclide. And that Midway is very thoroughly tested. I forget what this music is, but I can barely hear it. Okay, multiple paths again. We'll take the high road first, because we already did. It's kind of amazing how those, how good those bushes look, despite the fact that they use so few colors. Maybe I shouldn't have taken it. Alright, well, at least I got the loop done. I just wanted to slam for fun. Right, I just gotta wait out the fish fountain. Which wasn't even a very long fish fountain. This game gives you a lot of power-ups. Let's see if I can do something here. Nope. At least not easily. Close. Well, not gonna keep trying that now. I think that's it for the high road versus low road dichotomy. I think those had a bad background tile when I hit them. Double check the tile when I hit the block there. Looked kind of messed up. Kind of feel like there might have been something down here. Nope, just death. It's always nice to know you've been proven right. That death is just round the corner. When you get to be my age, all you see is death. Death! No, Grandpa, that's the cat. Death! No, Grandpa, that's Maggie. Death! No, Grandpa, that's the cat again. Well, didn't get to keep that. I don't think there's any power-ups in any of these, so there's no reason to really bother. Okay, good. That was my last opportunity to die. Death was here. Yes, yes it was. How you doing, Xenos? Death comes creeping down the highway in his Sunday best. Yeah, I did die, okay. I had to check for a moment. Still dug that boulder. Still dug that boulder. I think I missed the reference. Alright, alright. That's not too shabby. That was an accidental regrab that made that awesome. Hey, look, another two-tone pipe. So many two-tone pipes. I'm starting to think this level might be cribbing a bit from one of the Special World levels. But maybe that's just the combination of sprites being used. I might not be being fair to it. Definitely a problem that other bits, other hacks this guy's put out has had. Levels that are clearly a little bit too close to being an homage. Or too far away to be an homage. Too close to be an homage. Instead of just like a straight up Krigan. Chuck dug a boulder, even was hit. Oh, right. Yeah, once they start the animation, you can't really stop them. Like, once the shovel's in motion, it's staying in motion forever. It's just how shovels work. One of the laws of Mario physics. I need to stop trying to do that. The slope thing there was accidental and awesome, and I'm never going to replicate it. Chuck dug a boulder could definitely be a song on some album somewhere. Could even be about how Charlie Brown actually really liked getting a rock in his Halloween bag. It probably wouldn't be, though. Oh, that works. We take those. Oop. Oh. There was no reason to fall off there. Okay, I'm just not focusing properly. I'm thinking about boulders. It's Boulder Dash. Okay, there we go. Apparently Boulder Dash and Dig Dug are different in some way, but I have no idea really how. They're the same to me. Okay, here's where I died last time. Yep, simply put, push the jump button to not die. That really shouldn't have worked in my favor, but it did. Take a moment and relax. Nothing there. Nothing there. Okay. Nope, still more. Kind of expecting the level to kind of abruptly end now. We've got enough distance. We're going for distance. We're going for speed. There we go. That's another one down. Bit badges. I need to like sit down and think about branding at some point. It's like I don't even use all my emote slots. Things like that. Oh, the Wiggler. The disembodied Wiggler, I've had that happen before. They get squelched sometimes. There's not much you can do about that. Like, Twitch gives you so many things you should actually fill in and do, and I just don't actually do any of them. Mostly because I don't have good ideas for things like emotes. The few emotes I do have came to me, like, in a fever dream. Or I used them because it was easy to make. But, like, the two ones I got down first were GG and Pat Cutter Butter. And that one is especially fantastic to me. Not that it gets used very often because it's a bits emote. But it is terrifying. And the guy who drew it, something 10, I forget the full name, was really confused about the whole thing. He did like the lore, though. He did like the lore. Bioforce Ape was a interesting hoax. Even played Bioforce Ape on stream once. Because I had it around and could. I think I'd like finished playing DuckTales or something. It's not very good, but it's kind of a cool tech demo. It definitely would not have revolutionized Nintendo games had it come out. That's a weird section. Can I go back in? Nope. I think this is the pipe I went in. Yeah. Like, I kind of get the feeling it was supposed to be longer and you just kind of cut it off, but... Like, it's fine that it scrolls that far, but it makes me wonder if there's something else over there. Okay, that's fine now. Two-tone pipe. Kind of thought it would be cool to have a car with a two-tone paint job, but I never actually got around to making it happen. Okay, now something curious is happening. Alright, that's what's going on. There's a awful lot of small sections here. It'd be too hard to actually hit the P-switch and do the up-pipe thing, so I guess we're not doing that. Kind of a bummer, because it's a fun trick. No. No more splitting, Chuck. Thunk, thunk, thunk. Two-tone pipe. Nothing. Midway check. Get my cape back. Ah! Didn't even process what was happening next. Kaizo blocked myself into existence. It's a thing that happens. It's annoying, so I'll have to do the first part again, but... them's the breaks. Okay, cool. No more Kaizo blocking. Glad that's over with. And down here. This makes sense. Because we're going to have to go get another one. Again, still a weird setup, but it works okay, I guess. I'm tempted to try this. It's probably a bad idea, but I'm tempted. Yep, I got it. Wasn't that hard? Wasn't that hard. Oh, I didn't get the jump. Two-tone pipe, but in UW colors. I'm gonna guess there's another P-switch down here. Nope. Power-ups. Huh. Convenient, but not necessary. Dunk, dunk. Right, gotta remember that I just need to beat the level. Instead of hitting the midway, instead of testing the midway. Because the midway's been tested. I need to get all the dragon coins. Okay, cool. Level over. Nope, not Larry's castle yet. I know you want to go to the castle, Larry, but we're not doing it. Perfect. Alright, so I think there's 3 dragon coins in the first section that I can get. I forgot there was one in here. Double check. I don't think there is, but also it's not that far off. Makes it easy. Okay, and go through here. Huh? What? It became autumn. I just noticed that. I guess this level was the one that procs autumn? Put a marker down because I think that's probably wrong. Because I don't think I did anything else that could have procced autumn. And that can have some weird effects in other parts of the game. For instance, there's a secret in, like, Jump that requires proccing autumn. Because it changes the color of Koopas in some levels. Or Koopa shells in some levels, which mattered for that specific secret. Yeah, I got autumed. I got autumed hard. Get autumed. Yep, definitely an autumn now. You know, I'm gonna be honest, I've never actually really cared much for the autumn parts in SMW. Like, I don't really like the aesthetic of the Koopas. I don't really like the replacement for the... I did it again! Jumping Piranha Plant. Never worked for me. Oh, I can't go back. Well, I can, but it's going to be more work than just beating the level, I guess. Got too busy getting autumed. I am not happy about this particular turn of events. When you get Kaizo blocked twice at the exact same spot. Oh, I missed the up height. Hope I didn't screw that up forever, but I think P-switches should respawn when you re-enter the area. Of course, there was no reason to do this. It was a complete waste of time. But I just kind of felt it. Just kind of went with it. And of course, there's another one up here, so I can't immediately just fly away. Like I said, I don't really care for the aesthetics of it. But I'm stuck with them for the rest of the game. Because trying to fix it would probably make my life worse. One more try. You need to either not hit the midway or not get Kaizo blocked. It's not like it's terribly difficult either way. Alright, that's fine. Just sail over all of it. Rise above it. Wonder who's gonna be in the castle. I guess actually I already know it's Larry. Not one of the more tricky Koopa kids to fight. Okay, two things. One, don't do that. Two... Okay, that didn't work. Skip that entirely. I'm just not even dealing with those Kaizo blocks. It's not happening. Love it when you destroy the explosion. Just kind of a fun thing. Okay, and then just have to get to the end of the level. Such a small thing, but I still enjoy it so much, just like the P-switch jump. Okay, at this point, I'm comfortable flying over this. I've beaten this level like twice now. Bump. Alright, well they kind of beat me to it. They earned that win. Alright, cool. That's over with. That should not have taken as long as it did. 55. Okay, the end is coming sooner than I think. It's 3 a.m. Trying to decide exactly how much more I want to do. Box? Suddenly, the world is changing. This isn't good at all. I must stop Bowser before it's too late. Before it is too late. The its is not possessive there, or should not be possessive there. It's and its, your, and your. It's and its, your and your. And there, and there are always the hardest, some of the weirder, more difficult things to deal with in English. They don't make it easy. They really don't. Along with other such homophones as there and there. Okay. Well, that wasn't smart. Got to the midway first try, though. He said as he immediately lost his power-up. I just need to be more patient, don't I? Homophones? I mean, they're not as bad as they sound. How you doing, Undead Blackbird? I was even thinking, is it a homonym or a homophone? Suddenly I was like, well, I don't remember the actual difference between the two of them. Definitely feels like this could be one of those, like, silly definitions here. A homophone is any phone that is currently in Nintendesi's possession. But, that being said... no, okay. I forget where I heard it, but there was one that was like, use urinate in a sentence. On a scale from 1 to 10, urinate. But it's that sort of bad definitional humor. Just need to stop getting hit by random fireballs. That jump's a little bit tightish, but it's not actually hard. Okay. It's not actually a difficult section. Just need to chill and wait for things to line up properly. Instead of running in and getting my face planted. Already touched that. We'll come back for the Dragon Coins next time. Come on, Mario. I've beaten the first part of Depraved Stronghold. I know how this works. Okay, cool. We made it to the boss. King Dad is winning. But you will not make it to him. Your adventure ends with me, Mario. King Dad? Bowser really have his kids call him that? Homophone, there, and there. Homonym, read, read. Ah, okay. Thank you very much. It's been a while since I've refreshed my vocabulary in that direction. Wasn't that a big thing in a cartoon show? King Dad? Maybe. I've not watched much of the Mario Brothers Super Show. And if I did, I'd probably only watch the live action parts now, because I think they're hilarious. And Captain Lou wasn't a bad Mario. Mario has defeated Larry Koopa in Castle Number 7. Before Mario can get to Bowser, there's a mysterious world blocking his path to the Dark Valley. King Dad. Uncle Dad. Trying to make a decision here. You know, if you don't watch it, you're gonna turn into a Goomba. Look, I already missed it in the 90s. I'm not gonna watch it now. Captain Lou is the number 2 Mario. Yeah, it's unfortunate they can't get him to do the voice anymore. Charles Martinet, I think, was number 1 Mario. Hard to beat Bob Hopkins. Yeah, Bob Hopkins did a decent job, but that movie was just a clusterfuck of stuff. Conceptually, it was just a huge mess. Hard to eat Bob Hopkins. I imagine he'd be difficult to eat too. He's a big guy. Would require a certain amount of effort and determination. So I think it would have been a great movie if it hadn't been Mario branded. But it's how the cookie crumbles. How the Koopa gets kicked or something. Okay, so here's the deal. I got started late, but it's already 3 a.m. and I definitely should not continue too much further. If I do, I'll probably need to try and finish 2 more worlds, and I think that's just a bad idea right now. Let's see what the theme of this world is, at least. Rainbow Road. Well, we have to go into Rainbow Road. All these people are better Marios than Pratt. I think Pratt did an okay job, but they're big shoes to fill. But Captain Lou is probably my favorite of the non-video game Marios.